Alright, let's... Neil. There's nothing there. Finder, let's get Finder. Yep, there we go, searching. Oh fuck. Shit, wrong video.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the next
That's
episode
okay.
of American Candy.
We'll just quit out this.
Today we're taking it to the next level. We're going to be seeing how many Hershey's Kisses
for fuck's
we can
sake.
fit up this British boy's butthole. Give it a like.
Oh no, don't
subscribe,
freeze. Do not
smash that
fucking
follow
freeze.
button.
Oh
We're
fuck.
seeing more American
Fuck you,
Candy
Apple, and you're
British
spinning.
butthole. Let's
Oh
take
god,
it
this
to
is
the
gonna
next
ruin
level.
me.
Last week, if you
Pause.
remember things correctly, we managed to get
Oh shit.
20
Oh god, everyone's seeing this.
25 Reese's Pieces
Oh god, I'm gonna have to run away.
This week, it's
Oh
gonna be
shit, I'm gonna have to
bigger,
run away. I'm gonna have to change my name.
Smash that like,
I'm gonna have to change my fucking...
Let's get things
Fuck.
on the road.
Fuck.
So, you see here,
Come on. Fucking come on. Oh, thank god. Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay, searching. Okay, here we go. What is up, guys? Stu here, and welcome to a brand spanking new review where we're going to be talking about Searching, which is a film which just dropped over here in the UK about someone who goes missing in a computer screen. She goes missing and it's shot like it's on a computer. She doesn't get stuck in a computer, guys, alright? And this one is a new one of those kind of computer screen films where we're watching someone's computer screen basically for an hour and a half. Kind of similar to those films we've had before, like Unfriended, and then a sequel they decided to do to Unfriended. Both of those films you're probably better off never watching in your life, ever. So yeah, it's safe to say we haven't really had a good track record with those films. I've yet to see anything that's made me go, this is a worthwhile storytelling device. Let's stick to this one. But along comes Searching. It's been doing really well at film festivals throughout the year. I've had a lot of recommendations from people saying, hey, this is actually one of the good ones. Check it out. Forget Unfriended. Forget that shit. Put it in a corner and shit on it. Searching is your new buddy old pal you should be checking out. And it's actually a feature film debut from Anish Chaganty, who is a director who's only done short films before. It's getting a lot of acclaim, so I went and saw it. And I liked it, but I am slightly unsure on a lot of things about this one, guys. But there is a lot of stuff to really enjoy about here. First things first, John Cho's lead performance here as the father of this kid that goes missing. Undeniably, it's a great performance. I've got a lot of love for John Cho. John Cho, more like John Hugo Girl. Am I right? The dude's just one of those guys that you don't really have much of a problem instantly kind of empathising and sympathising with. And if I'm honest, if he hadn't been in the film, I genuinely think I would have been sat here tearing it a little bit more. So this film's saving grace in many ways is John Cho, who gives a great performance. But the rest of the cast here is filled in by other people giving pretty okay performances, nothing else great compared to John Cho. We've got Deborah Messing as a police officer who's on the case here looking for his daughter. If I'm honest, I really didn't connect with, get anything from Deborah Messing's performance here. It just felt incredibly artificial and staged, which it is. Surprise, Stu, that's how acting works. Yeah, I know. Just a couple of scenes where I was like, cool, Deborah, you're working. You're working something here, not sure what it is, but you're doing alright. But then most of the time I'm going, I don't believe you in the slightest, Deborah. And I've got to be honest, on the whole, I did enjoy the direction here from Anish Chaganty. As a first-time director, I think he did a solid job of crafting quite a suspenseful and effective thriller. The computer screen stuff, I'll get into my problems with it in a bit, but I have to say, on the whole, it's probably the best that I've seen this kind of gimmick done before. Infinitely better than Unfriended, so it definitely makes a nice change to see it done by someone that actually does clearly have a little bit of talent and knows what they're doing there. It's a sort of attention to detail that I like about this. It would be so easy to do this in a lazy way where you just assume that people aren't really looking out for stuff. Unfriended, dark web. Oh, sorry, got a sore throat today. And he's also written the film as well, and writing-wise, I think it's pretty solid. I mean, it's nothing incredible. There are a couple of moments where I'm like, I just don't believe that these people are saying that in the moment, and it really sucks you out. But overall, I think it's pretty solid. Because there are a couple of bits where like, that is a well-executed twist. Good sire. Well done. But that being said, I do think there are quite a few moments where it lands flat when it's trying quite clearly to be a little bit more, whoa, got ya! And I think that sort of ties into the performance side of things as well, with Deborah Messing in particular. There's certain things to do with her character that happen throughout the film, which I'm not necessarily sure I believed as much as the film wanted me to. It felt slightly overacted in places there. And that's probably the biggest flaw I have with this film. The thing that stops me really connecting with it like I've seen a lot of other people connecting with. And that is that I find a lot of it to feel incredibly artificial. And that's because It is artificial, obviously. It's a film about watching someone's computer screen. It's tiny little fragments of a story that have all been pieced together, and it's done pretty well on the most part. But I don't know, I just feel there are certain moments which feel incredibly artificial and don't manage to suck me in, particularly all these kind of news reports. I don't know, I feel like news reports in films are particularly difficult to get right, and this film relies on a lot of them, particularly in the latter act. You know when you just see like someone attempting to make a news report on film, and it's just not quite as you'd expect a news report to be in real life. It doesn't feel real at all. And I think a lot of the time you can give stuff like that a pass in films, but when you've got a premise like this where you're watching a computer screen and everything is supposed to feel as real as it can to be able to sell that effect, it definitely is more noticeable when things aren't feeling as real as they do in real life. And that's what I found with quite a lot of the moments in this film, because the way that this film is delivered is on a computer screen. You get them in these small kind of vignette moments, and I just think there's a very particular way of pulling that off, and I just don't think that the film has quite got there on this one. It does feel like these very set up artificial scenes with actors pretending to be real people. But I also think the film stumbles a lot when it comes to kind of subtlety and knowing when to stop for the audience, particularly when it comes to the soundtrack. I found the soundtrack of this film to be noticeably aggressive in the way it's trying to make you feel, very intrusive, particularly in the first 10 minutes, which, gotta be honest, really didn't enjoy. Did not like the first 10 minutes of this film, which might come as a shock to some people, because that's one of the things that I've seen a lot of people saying was the best part of the film. Damn, that first 10 minutes made me done cry out my eyes. Nope. Didn't do it for me. Felt like I was watching a poor man's Up. I said it. It's out there. And I think it honestly would have been much more effective with no soundtrack, this opening sequence. In fact, the whole film doesn't really need a soundtrack. We're watching it through a computer screen. Why whack a soundtrack on there? It doesn't really need it. And it's just one of those kind of annoying scores, which you feel like you might see in like some weird, cheesy 90s rom-com or something, where it's a nice bubbly theme, and then when it gets deep, it's just that theme played on a heartwarming, moving piano. Get the fuck out of here. Honestly, first 15 minutes of this film is a masterclass in how a soundtrack can ruin a scene. And that's another thing which really seemed to get in the way of me connecting with this film as much as I think it wanted me to. And that is just the very premise of it, being in this computer screen that we're watching. And granted, this film does do a better job at kind of hiding and disguising this than we've seen done before, but there's still things that keep popping out which, as soon as I notice them, sucks me straight out. So for instance, something that really bugs me about these computer screen films is the mouse on screen. Sounds like a weird, nitpicky, strange comment, but hear me out. Obviously, when you film set in a computer screen, you've got small kind of cameras in the form of webcams and stuff that show different glimpses of scenes, but really you've only got that one static computer screen as your shot through the whole film. So I understand that there is a need to find some kind of motivation there, otherwise it's not really that interesting watching computer screens, because they're just computer screens. And what always seems to be the case with these, and they haven't seemed to have found any way better of doing it than just kind of very slowly moving the cursor around, and then the cursor just kind of hovering over things they're looking at. They'll want to go and click something on the screen, but to show that that person is kind of maybe a little bit more cautious about what they're clicking, or maybe they're unsure about what they want to click, the cursor will just hover over different things and you'll go, oh, I see where they're moving their mouse. But for me, I see that and I just go, who uses a computer like that, man? Who's doing that shit? This computer screen film gimmick thing is for it to work, you're trying to make it look as realistic as you can, because then you go, oh, this is cool because it just looks like a computer screen. But people just don't use their cursors like that, and they still haven't been able to get past that in films. Films like this and Unfriended seem to think that people use their computers like this. When in actual fact, all you really do is pull it open and go, oh, I want to click that, I'm going to click it. And yeah, there's countless other moments like that in the film where I just got completely sucked out, because when you're showing a computer screen, which is something that we use every day, I'm using it now, I use it for hours every day. Everyone, everywhere, that's a slight exaggeration, but everyone knows how to use a computer screen and knows what a computer screen looks like. It's sort of subconsciously ingrained into our brain. So when you see something on it that doesn't look normal at all, it immediately feels a little bit more prominent and you're like, that sucked me right out because that's not how computers work. So I think that's arguably just an innate flaw with this whole kind of computer screen gimmick, more so than it is a flaw with the directing here from Anish Chaganty, if you see what I'm saying there. So yeah, it's a difficult one, this one. I did enjoy myself overall. I found it to be, on the whole, quite engrossing. But I just feel like at this point, even though this is the best we've seen it done, the whole computer screen gimmick just seems to have a lot of built-in problems that no one seems to be able to get around. For me, I just thought it was all right. But what about you guys? Have you seen Searching It? It just came out over here in the UK this weekend. If you have got a chance to see it, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Whether or not you were put off by some of the things that come with that whole kind of computer screen gimmick, or whether or not you just absolutely fell into it and loved it. Whatever your thoughts on it, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know. And as usual, if you like this video and you do want to see me talk about more shit, please do consider clicking subscribe and also clicking that little bell notification button that YouTube loves so much. Just means that you won't be missing any of my new videos when I do go out. I'm trying to get a video out every week at the moment. So yeah, please subscribe if you're interested there. I can half promise that I might let you down, but I probably won't. If you want to hear more in-depth thoughts on Searching and any other films that came out this week, please tune into the Stu Talks podcast that will be going out this Sunday or Monday. One of those two, but I'll put a link in the description when that is live. Until next time, I'm going to go look at my computer screen and wait for something remotely interesting to happen. It might be a while. It might be a while. See you guys next time. Stay beautiful, mother truckers.